back into this one, so I'm sure there won't be any P90 rushes today, Vince. But yeah, they've still got to be careful here because we haven't seen this sort of purchase. Or there won't be any P90 rushes today, Vince. But yeah, they've still got to be careful here because we haven't seen this sort of purchase from FNATIC. Well, since they've started winning rounds, they just didn't have the finances available to do so. Early nades, though, gonna chunk out Flusher and through the smoke, Glaive once again. He's become someone renowned for getting kills through smokes. Funnily enough, the man he just killed was probably the original. What? Excuse me?
Speaking of smoke frags, Golden would like a word with you, Tom.
I'd like a word with him.
Oh, the counteractive frag, and those are the kind of moments that FNATIC need. They need many, many more of them. You did highlight an interesting point, though, about the fact that ASTRALIS haven't really fought off against this take on FNATIC's CT side with the double ops and plenty of utility. They've typically been beating a fairly weakened economic CT side. So maybe FNATIC can start to string some rounds together. Listen, the core of this team has been in these situations so many times on Inferno. We know they have it within them to find that next level. Brolan through the smoke, dancing into kills, and JW holding down from sight. They need to be careful, though, because this could still go awry. But Golden comes in with the AK-47. He picked up the first frag in pretty terrifying fashion through the smoke, and he will finalize it too. Only 4 remain now on ASTRALIS in terms of map points.
Yeah, so when this was, I think, what, 15-8? Golden only had 9 kills. It's now 15-11. He's up to 15. So last few rounds, Golden started to come alive. We've mentioned him as like a clutch king, pretty much, when it came to the previous matches we watched from FNATIC. Some highlights which I'm sure we'll be remembering for quite some time. They are starting to make this interesting. The utility damage is coming back. We might need a head-to-head utility damage with the way this is going so far. Both teams using their nades incredibly well. And, well, just look at the amount of damage that's already been done in the ASTRALIS camp. This round, of course, doesn't have much at all. In fact, they haven't even invested into Kevlar on any of the players. So they really are just saving everything to make sure they have a perfect purchase in the next. A bomb plant, any kills, it'd be a miracle. That's what they're looking for here, Vince.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even in ASTRALIS' wildest dreams, I don't think they expect to win from this point. They'll line up for Flusher, all clumped together, and he will make the most of it, padding his stats up to 23 kills now. 3 remain. We will have another buy, and a timeout has also been deployed. So ASTRALIS, I said previously, look, they don't have to push the panic button just yet. They don't have to sweat. They don't have to worry too much. But we have reached that point now, Tom. This is the stage where ASTRALIS will start to pick their brains and figure out, hold on a second, like FNATIC they're building up a head of steam here. We need to make sure we don't have a repeat performance of that first half where we had a vast lead and we let it slip. Let's put this to bed right now.
That's the thing as well. I feel like a lot of teams, like we see the closer they get to closing out the match, the more pressure builds. I feel like FNATIC, we almost have the opposite, where they're just like, nah, we got him now, lads. Like, it was 7 rounds. It's now only 3. Like, it's ours. We're gonna get overtime. Don't worry. Been here before. And there's not many teams that have that sort of mentality. They get more and more confident. I think we see so many matches with comebacks like this that end 16-14 because the team crumbles right at the end. Flusher, though, it seems he's getting more and more confident as the rounds go by. More audacious, more aggressive. I'm sure Magisk is trying to kill him off. Look at the spam going through. And Golden's even there to back him up at the end. We spoke about banana aggression coming out from ASTRALIS and something being a bit of a miss. They're attempting it here. Flusher, he's going to trade out his in-game leader, keep things in their favor. Flusher's going back for more, and this time maybe a little bit too much. He gets punished. Do they know Crims is here? He hasn't had a kill. They are going to smoke off the back lines. He's going to wait to see if he can find anyone through it. JW's already in position to support, and the rotation from Brolan is here as well. Well, they definitely know he's here now.
Yeah, the unmistakable sound of AUG bullets being spammed and perforating the smoke. He does take a leg shot for his troubles, though, down to 6 HP. This is looking a little bit grim now. Device has the right idea. If he were to pull the trigger, it'll be JW sent reeling for probably the last time in this map. They need a hero play to take shape. Everyone has kits on the CTs. They have a bit of utility, but they're lacking HP. And these smokesmen perfectly placed. Look at how much time this is wasted. The flashbang comes through, but Crims goes down, and now Brolan has a mountainous task ahead of him, and he will stumble, falter, and fall. And that will be first blood drawn to Astralis.
Yeah, an incredible climb back in both halves. You have to remember this. Flusher, though, clearly having some fun, making some extra money, up to 19 kills. The only man starting to sort of get away a bit, having some fun, making some extra money, up to 19 kills. The only man starting to sort of get away a bit from what was a very even scoring half for the majority. And now, unfortunately, Vince, is where we've had to see the eco come in for Astralis. So unless they pull off a miracle round with straight USPs, which, well, if we had any hair, it would be torn out if that was the case. This is going to be 14, and I have to say, this is not what I expected. Like, all jokes aside, like talking about how things have gone and like the weapons that we might not expect to see, Astralis picked this map, and they are currently getting battered. They have managed to, however, take away some weaponry in this round and potentially could even juggle a second gun over. FNATIC obviously being a little bit careful because although this round is still theirs, like the chances are it's not going to get away from them. You don't want to hunt now, lose an extra player, and end up in a 2 versus 2. So they're going to start slowly making their way forward, try and get rid of these extra weapons. For their economy, they're absolutely fine. And considering that they're so close to the victory, if they even lose another weapon here and manage to take both out, that's fine.
Oh, they'll happily make this trade, no doubt at all. As you said, more than enough funds to replenish any of these fallen weapons. Lusher taking a little bit of damage. Crims spotting both the remaining CTs. They're living on borrowed time, and Crims will collect. The debt has been paid in blood. 14-7, Astralis with their last chance. The curtain begins to come down, and we've still not seen what Device has to offer on this CT side. Maybe this is the moment, Tom, where he springs into action and we see a second wind.
Oh, I sure hope so. For some reason, I've just witnessed a picture of myself edited onto Freddie Mercury. I don't think I ever want to see that ever again. Thank you for that, Elliot. I hope that doesn't reach the stream, but we'll see. Roland. How many kills are they going to get through smokes? Like, Glaive tweeted one after the last map. We've seen a fair few in this one. JW, that's a surprising miss. I thought that was an almost certain kill. The fact is, even with JW managing to survive, they're still in a hugely advantageous spot. And his role in this situation is just delaying any rotation. The rest of the team is still pushing and probing into long, taking slow control, while the CT's adaptation is to claim short. It's what you need to do in these situations. Don't allow a full split coming onto the A site. Force them into just challenging for long. We're even going to have to boost back up onto the site. But the fact is, as of right now, FNATIC, they're actually retreating back a little bit here. They've given up that control. Now, bear in mind, Flusher is still lurking on the other side of the map. And if they were to go towards B, well, let's put it this way. Magisk needs to hit his prime form if he's going to manage to survive this one.
May not be called upon, though, Tom, because now they're moving on to Catwalk. Device with one, looking to try and funnel back. Gets an opportunity for another, but that's a perfect flashbang from Flusher. And that could be the beginning of the end. Glaive caught out in the open. Dupree now back against the wall, quite literally. And he gets headshot down, splattered. FNATIC looking good to have a bunch of map points. They do get the bomb down with 5 seconds to spare. And he talked about Magisk in prime form. It's been anything but in this map. He's down to 8. He has to save. Actually missed the AK-47 as well. Ouch. Missing the shot from JW, and he should be missing his life. 15-7, 8 map points on FNATIC, with Astralis' map pick nearly going away from them.
Hey, lesson learned. Don't pick +2 versus FNATIC, even if they lose it 3 times in a row and only manage 10 rounds once. I come on, like, that's the thing. I almost feel like if you're an analyst in this situation, which thank God I'm not, they haven't won this map in the last 3 months. They just lost their own map choice. And then they come in and they're winning 15-7 on a map that, granted, hasn't been amazing for ASTRALIS, but it's still been an all right map for them. It's ASTRALIS, for God's sake. Current #1 team in the world. One of the best rosters of all time. Not in this match. Getting battered. The Vice, though, could at least get something here. Roland is so low that this has to be a free kill. The problem is this is not the take. That's the fake. This is the man trying to cut off rotations. Dupree, he needs a hero play, and he only gets one. The trades from FNATIC are so fast every single time. And Vince, they've got one last chance. They need to make the retake work.
One last chance with an MP9 and a UMP, but the UMP ripping through Flusher. Glaive gets caught while trying to upgrade his weapons. And now in come the CTs, but it's Crims that locks it down and lands a 23 bomb in the process. An exquisite comeback from FNATIC, and we head to Overpass for our all-important decider.
I don't know how they do this every single time. They lose their own map choice and they manage to win ones. We saw this.
Are up against it. Even when you feel like they're weak and vulnerable, they can still make it sting. Need to be cognizant of that and be very careful in each and every one of these rounds. Now, they know off the back of effectively just USPs, they will be up against a very solid purchase. That is the case with the North. They are taking short control. Molotov into a smoke. Estag and Glaive take systematic control over short, but now flashbang through as Dupree takes down JW, who was on the hunt. He had B short in his sights, but instead it's a bullet behind him, lands in the top of his head, that neutralizes him and gives connector control across to Dupree. And instead of playing passively or trying to retreat back out again, knowing that Balloons likely has a player there, he gets up close on connector. Information in the process going the way of the CTs, and Crims tagged down to 9, does a bit of damage on the return, but nowhere near as good. Excellent play from Dupree. And again, this information is worth so much on ASTRALIS.
Well, the other thing as well for FNATIC, it severely limits where they can actually go. They don't know that he's left connector. They can theorize, they can probably guess that he hasn't stuck around, but for all they know, they could have bolstered that. So if they do want to utilize the connector at all, they're going to have to gamble. And right now, they don't have time for gambles. So it is just going to have to be a straight push-up in towards this A site. 30 seconds to play with. Push looking to come in. Deep smoke to try and negate the AWP of Device, but at the same time, it also holds them in. That smoke's not going to be fading until it's too late, so their only option really is to run straight through it. Molotovs, flashbangs being expended, Magisk is ready and waiting and just completely shuts them down. FNATIC have run out of time and maybe lives as well, as Flusher is all that is left. They don't even get close to getting the bomb down, and ASTRALIS make that round look easy.
Potentially running out of ideas as well. You saw that Dupree move in connector, not just with the 1 kill and the ton damage that he did to Crims, basically knocked him down to 9 HP. It was also, as you said, the presence, the pressure that puts on FNATIC, the lack of information that falls upon them. And now coming through into what could be FNATIC's final rifle round, we'll only see Golden on a Deagle. So even in this, at such a key integral moment of this best of 3, FNATIC can't field a completely healthy buy. They have more than enough pieces to make work. And now Device will get aggressive again. 23 kills to his name, over 100 ADR. And he's on the prowl for some prey. And Flusher, up out, nearly gets flicked upon. But Device does miss out. This time it's Glaive that gets aggressive into connector. It's the UMP, and it comes out ahead against Brolan. Golden's also been traded off against, and ASTRALIS going from strength to strength.
Yeah, this has just become a slaughter. We're back to map 1 once again, and this time I can't see a comeback in sight. This man has been one of the players to watch. JW, over 100 ADR in a match where you only have 7 rounds, but even he can't do anything. Magis peeks in, S-Tag holding the angle, and Flusher again. It has been a few times. Impossible clutch situations. Like, this one is literally impossible. I think I've seen this one once It was that Guardian play, and it was one of the worst mistakes I've ever seen a team make, and we're not even going to get a chance to witness that from flusha. 15 rounds on the board for Astralis. It doesn't even look like they've broken a sweat in this map. You can see smiles across the faces of Magisk at least. And while FNATIC surprised us with their victory on Dust 2, whether it was predicted for them to win or not, that Dust 2 win was an upset. But this overpass is what we expect from the #1 team in the world.
Well, I touched on it, but I felt if FNATIC were going to win this game, they had to win the Inferno. They were unable to convert their choice of map. And now, Astralis, even Flash 2-3, still connects the headshot into Crims. That is just the summary of this map, honestly. It just hasn't been working for FNATIC. Great flick from Magisk. Up and over onto Brolan. It's looking like the beginning of the end. The end is very much here. And although Golden is posting up a bit of resilience, it's coming too late. They needed this 4 or 5 rounds ago. And whether it's Essetag, Device, or Glaive, the end result should be the same. With Golden going down alongside FNATIC, they will get bested. Revenge has been served. Astralis take the 2-1.
Yeah, FNATIC, they go missing at the worst possible time, and Astralis, they rise to the occasion. It ends on overpass, and the Danes once again are showing why they reign supreme in Europe. Absolutely phenomenal stuff from them, and honestly, Vince, like, it's one of those things where you kind of sit there and go, okay.
Now is crunch time. 3 rounds to go here. Anybody's game. OT on the cards. A straight up win. Who knows? It's really been a nail biter in a round-to-round basis. So, time to find out. MP7 on KRB. That's the weakest weapon in this buy. Rain goes for the timing on the nade, and it's minimal. Oh, oof. Yeah. Potential there.
I probably didn't need to peek to throw that smoke, to be fair. They'll line up for the CT smoke, okay.
Lofsky likes to live life on the edge.
Yeah. Okay, the heavy lane setup.
Yep. Trying to get ahead of what worked with the Tech-9's last round. Brokey missing the op shot. That's going to leave Coldzera up close. That was a CT flashbang that just blinded him. Imagine if they run rampant into that. It could have been a world of hurt. Brokey sees nothing, and Rez able to transition into the head of KRB. It is an excellent wraparound. Just the round previous, they go so hard up short lane with nothing but Tech-9s that they took the site by surprise. Like you said, relying on the site holds. Well, this time, we saw FaZe transition the attention onto short, and instead, Ninjas throw the wraparound. What a great little transition to make a world of difference, completely peeling off the defense. They were stuck in no man's land. The first 2 kills that come out for Ninjas are versus FaZe's players standing in the middle of the open. And even Nico gets fully blinded, can fight back a bit, but down goes his rifle. That leaves only Rain standing as Ninjas are taking a 15th round confirmed. Every gun that they can hold on to is valuable.
Oh, Evans, no idea he went quad. Okay. Well, that's
getting
one
away
gun
with
that
it.
they keep. That's a pretty big gun that they, you know, if it's going to stay on Rain especially. But this is Death's Door here for FaZe Clan on a CT side full of clutch rounds and some very unique takes on you know, playing CT side. Yeah, they did have some aggression. It just felt like they went all in or full passive. And those were really the 2 gears that they had. And it's had varying success. It feels like NIP have been averaging, along with them, 4 or 5 kills a round, which has made it the most exciting possible. But they've also allowed NIP to really have some dominant rounds, especially most recently with that R-Trap. You so beautifully put it. And now Rain alone on the B side, and they walked up this far. I wonder what happens.
I just have a hunch they're going to go B, man. You're seeing the little transitions in Ninjas, like a clear Inferno game plan, right? Tech9 rush short lane. The best thing they could do after that, abuse arch side to screw any change that FaZe may have made, and it worked. There's potential to go B with that deep anchor, but it's the crossfire from hell on brackets. And that Molotov keeps Ninjas off for a moment. But if they walk forward, even despite the CTs being ill-equipped, they are in position. Kierby gets burned off of his boost. That could have been huge. The CZ only won. Difficult position for Brokey to play from. Coldzera, though, they may not check him. The Deagle had a chance to fire into the back of the heads, but now they're able to get outwards. Nico's trying to focus the damage, but they are going to get by. With that bomb, they will walk onto the A site. And if that spreads further, Nico's done, but he will hold on for now. It's him and Rain. We saw a successful retake from the two of these players on this A site to keep them in the match. Nico, oh, that would have been a crucial kill. He could have picked up the weapon. He could have pinched in with Rain, but instead it's shut down. A 16-13 victory on Inferno. Ninjas have the edge.
It's a great clawback when we look at the fact that Nico had a really terrible start and an amazing CT start, conversely by NFP with all of that great utility damage. But you want to say no surprise, they closes out this round in OT, and it's really about who is going to be the best player now, not who brought them here. And we're seeing some improvements on a couple of different, both NIP and FaZe players. But man, what a hectic start to the round. You gotta love the confidence and patience from Rez. He doesn't just fall back to the site and let them execute. He sticks around, he gets info early, he allows Hampus to find that timing, right? By getting the info when he does, even though he dies.
Sure.
It's about more than just staying alive.
Molly prime for Kierby.
Whoa.
Ooh, little jump spot. Nico knows he's been seen. Decent. Yeah, nobody has been hit by more frag grenades than Nico this series. Poor guy. But it's not over yet, and he is still fighting. 27 health, just shy of that of Twist. We get more utility going both directions at the 45-second mark. But clearly with the setup here from FaZe, there's no commitment behind it just yet.
We know the round that's coming. It's Coldzera. He's walking up to long again. The bomb's going back this way. They're trying to fake B and create a timing for Coldzera. But he's not moved up as far as he normally is. So this is maybe going to be a bit different. Something of a full A.
Hampus trying to get back ahead of it. 25 seconds. Oh no. Rez, he gets caught by Brokey. This could compromise the entire A site. Sure, the Molotov's down, but so is the smoke. They catch a guy in the open. Hampus not able to get back behind the barrels because Rain is on a tear. He gets two. Knock answers. That's his 41st frag. 10 seconds. 2v2. Bomb not yet planted. It's able to cross over to Optimus, but Knock, he can't find the angle. Maybe after he drops Brokey, there's a chance, but Coldzera can't kill him. Knock with 3 kills yet again. Takes a 23rd for Nip.
I cannot believe the amount of times that Knock peeks into Brokey and is just faster than him in a position where Brokey should absolutely get the trade. He is an unbelievable talent, this guy, with the amount that he's done from a perspective of positioning, utility, playmaking, and man disadvantage situations, straight on op duels, one versus other ops. He is really the full package.
Now FaZe, who had started off overtimes with 2 rounds to their name, starting to fizzle out back into the likelihoods of regulation and less rain. Oh my God, you want to talk about the full package? Well, there's a package for Rain delivered on his head. Twist. Carpet bombing short as they come barreling out from Monster. Smoke grenade a bit late. Twist trying to buy time. His teammate's not yet in position. He needs to go huge, but he only gets the first one. It's man advantage for FaZe Clan as they scramble to win a single T round in this 3rd overtime. More frag grenade damage being thrown. Cold now dropped to 43. A player stranded in water. They know it, but how do they get him out of here? Brokey's trying to take the fight. He's the last remaining member of his team with HP. And they have no utility. Rez has 1 smoke. He starts to move forward. He gets the first duel. Rez able to get the second. 2 HP's the difference on him. Now Nico, he's creeping, he's crawling, and it's a calamity because Rez slams it home. 3 frags for him and a clean sweep of the third OT to the favor of the Ninjas.
No way Rez makes that play. That's 2 2v3s back to back for NIP. 1 because of Knock, 1 because of Rez. The 2 strongest players of this map so far. Typically the A players. Now what we're seeing is the A players make key plays at B and vice versa. Amazing teamwork so far, and the utility damage for NIP absolutely trounces that on FaZe. An average of 300 on 3 different players. 4 now, 400 for Hampus. The most on any single player on FaZe is 200.
Holy hell. Rain, gonna be tested. Solo hold inside connector. Sure, he has Brokey to try and cover his retreat, and he's gonna take it. He retires early. A 5v4 is good enough.
And poor Rain, that last round, that double entry on short within 10 seconds of pushing by himself, and they still lose.
Smoke's gonna fade. Kierby in a really tough position. His flash could be fantastic. Smoke goes down, there's the flash, he catches him. Oh no, he only gets the 1 kill. Rez is able to answer it. coldzera back behind the pillar. He's being swarmed, he's being surrounded, and he even manages to take one with him. It's still FaZe to hold on to the 1-man edge, make it a double. Brokey's sniper gets the difference maker. Rez, 41 frags, shooting for 44 and a 1v3 clutch. He's got a flash, he's got the bomb, and a smoke that starts to fade in front of him. If he goes for the plant, he could just get rushed. He has no clue what's in store for him. The player in heaven, he doesn't peek. Now he's posted. Rez hoping that he can do the exact same thing yet again. If he can find Rain in the open, that'd be massive. But off this bomb plant, Rain's gonna come up ramp, and that's all she wrote. A 20-second round for FaZe.
Oh, a key play from Rain. Rez was actually in a great spot if he had planted the bomb and just assumed that no one was flanking. But how's he supposed to know? Either way, this is what it comes down to. RMR points on the line here for FaZe. 2 rounds just to bring it to another overtime. It's their comfortable side. They can definitely do it, taking it 1 round at a time. The double op adjustment has worked for them in the past. Kierby in its comfort zone with the AUG. Every single detail about their gameplay is going to be under a microscope. So much is known about their playbook. This is going to be the strength of individuals more than anything else. And choking will probably be the reason that you lose.
Yeah, the individual's looking so good all over. God, who is the king of the server? It's so hard to tell. Mad Lads fighting for the crown. Minimal frag damage. No issue. 5 members of the Ninjas in Pajamas grouped up outside of B. Plopsky's gonna drop that heaven smoke, flashing into short. Incendiaries kind of make them a bit uncomfortable. coldzera, oh my. He's able to flick back in time. And then Kierby's supposed to come off barrels, but he gets denied by Knock. Rez through the edge of the wall, takes the man advantage. This could be it. Rain at bat, 1v3. Little HP to work with and a bomb plant to make it worse. The flash is fantastic. 3rd time's the charm. They close it. The Ninjas in Pajamas eliminating FaZe from DreamHack Open Fall. A heartbreaking fall on Overpass, but a hell of a run. An 11-4 regulation score that nobody saw coming, and nearly running it all the way back until they finally